The cosmological argument isn't just a philosophical puzzle. It's an exploration of God's existence. How can we prove God is real? This argument is based on real-life experiences, connecting what we see and experience of the world with the divine. In this video, I'll dive into a brief exploration of the cosmological argument. I should let you know that the cosmological argument is very complex, and there are many variants of it. So this video is by no means comprehensive, but it's perfect for those of you who want to get a feel of the overall picture. Let's get into it. So, St. Thomas Aquinas is a big supporter of the cosmological argument. He noticed something fascinating about how things move in the world. He believed that every movement has a cause, like a domino effect. And guess what? That cause also has its own cause. But here's the thing, this chain of causes can't go on forever. There must be a very first cause, an unmoved mover that started it all. And who does Aquinas say this first mover is? You guessed it. God. This first mover, the prime mover as Aquinas calls it, is pretty special. It doesn't have any potential to change itself, yet it has the power to make everything else move. Think of it like a super strong magnet that stays the same but pulls other things towards it. The prime mover is always in a state of pure actuality, never changing and existing beyond space and time. So you see, Aquinas' way from motion tells us that there must be a powerful force that started all the movements in the world, and that force is none other than God, the first unmoved mover. Now let's talk about David Hume and his thoughts on this cause and effect relationship. Hume, you see, has some strong doubts about it. He says that it's more of a guess based on our feelings, not something we can prove with philosophy. Hume thinks that because we can't fully understand everything, we should just accept the universe as a basic fact, like a given. But the supporters of the cosmological argument have something to say about this. They believe that our senses give us reliable information, and it's just common sense that we can figure out cause and effect relationships. They think that this relationship is actually a strength, especially when it comes to scientific stuff. After all, science depends on this cause and effect idea, so there's a bit of a debate here. Hume says we can't really know for sure, while the supporters of the cosmological argument think we can trust our senses and use cause and effect to understand the world. Now, let's take a look at Frederick Copleston and his contingency argument. He took Aquinas' third way, called the argument from contingency, and put it in simpler terms. Copleston says that things in the universe, just like us humans, don't have a good reason for existing on their own. They need something outside of themselves to explain why they're here. So what does this mean for the universe? Well, it's like a big collection of things that can't explain their own existence. It's like a puzzle missing an important piece. To solve this puzzle, Copleston says we need an external explanation, something that can account for why the universe exists. And guess what he calls this explanation? God. You see, if we keep going back and saying that something caused something else, but never find a starting point, we won't have a real answer. It's like going in circles forever, also known as an infinite regress. That's why Copleston says there must be a necessary being, a being that doesn't need anything else to explain its existence. And he calls this necessary being God. But critics like Kant and Russell have some objections to the idea of necessary existence. They question whether we can really know if something has to exist or if it's just something we assume. Kant, for example, believed that our minds structure our experiences, so we can't know if there's a necessary being outside of our understanding. Russell, on the other hand, thought that the concept of necessary existence was problematic. He argued that just because we can imagine something doesn't mean it actually exists. So he questioned whether we can really claim that there is a necessary being like God. Now, these objections definitely add another layer to the debate. They make us think about the limits of our knowledge and what we can truly know about the existence of God. But remember, the cosmological argument is a search for truth, and different thinkers have different perspectives on the matter. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This objection connects the cosmological argument with another argument called the ontological argument. They're kind of related, but Copleston, a supporter of the cosmological argument, has a different perspective. He believes that we can actually support the claim of necessary existence based on our real life experiences. It's not just a theoretical idea. The cosmological argument is all about looking at our experiences and trying to answer a big question posed by Leibniz. Why is there something rather than nothing? It's a deep question that makes us think about the existence of the universe itself. So you see, there's a bit of a back and forth between critics and supporters of the cosmological argument. Critics like Russell and Kant question the idea of necessary existence, while Copleston and others believe that it can be supported by looking at the world around us. So this debate is ongoing, and it's up to you to form your own conclusions. What do you think about the cosmological argument? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time when I'll be diving into the ontological argument. See you there.